See this, if you have equations of form some constant into a variable x1 plus some constant into a variable x2 so on some constant into a variable xn equal to 0, then such an equation is called homogeneous equation. Okay, so now our intention is to have a system of equations and then solve them. So let me explain what a system of equations is. If I have some number of equations, here I am taking m equations 1 2 3 so on m equations, and the number of variables are n, x1 x2 so on xn. So this is called as a system of homogeneous linear equations in which number of equations are m and the number of variables are n. See, this is a system of m homogeneous equations in n unknowns x1 x2 so on xn. So our ultimate aim is to solve such equations, such homogeneous equations. So the theory that we have developed till now will be useful in solving these equations. Okay, so directly solving them by in this equation form is somewhat difficult. Therefore we try to change everything into matrices and then into vectors, and then we apply the theory, the rank of a matrix and then the linearly dependent vectors, independent vectors in order to solve them. So see this, if you observe these vectors, these equations, it is very clear that one trivial solution or direct solution for all these equations is, for all these variables is, you put zeros in all x1 to xn. If I put zeros in x1 to xn in all the equations, then obviously we are going to get zeros. Therefore one solution for these equations is zeros. I hope you are understanding. See, what I mean to say is, if I have an equation like this, 2x plus 3y equal to 0 and maybe x minus y equal to 0, what I mean to say is, you might be able to find out some other solution, right? But then one solution which will definitely satisfy these two equations is x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. When x and y both are equal to 0, if I substitute them in both the equations, they will satisfy it, right? Therefore, irrespective of any other values, these two values or this particular solution will definitely satisfy this. So it is also called as a trivial solution. So remember this, a set of linear homogeneous equation will always have at least one solution which is trivial solution. That is why, since it is trivial, since it is all zeros, we are not generally interested in that. We are interested in finding out other solutions. For example, in this one, if you observe this, how to find out the other solutions is, from this we can say that x equal to y, right? Which means whenever you have whatever the value of x is, the value of y can be equal, right? So if you assume that y value is k, right, then x value is also going to be k. So okay, solving this, we shall solve it later. Examples I'll show you. First let's discuss the theory. Okay, so here what I mean to say is, you can write this equations in form of matrix equation like this, ax equal to 0, where the A is nothing but the quotient matrix, which means I have taken up all the quotients and I have arranged them here. All the quotients are arranged here, right? And then x is the variable matrix and the 0 is 0 matrix. Okay, so A is a quotient matrix whose size is m by n, and x is a variable matrix which contains n by 1, and this O is 0 matrix. Okay, so our final aim is to find out the values of this. Now the main questions on this will be like this: how many solutions are there, how many linearly dependent solutions are there, how many linearly independent solutions are there. Everything will be asked like that. I'll just tell you this. Let us say now we have written this in the form of ax equal to 0, right? And we are supposed to find out the values of x. Let us say I found out that there is a solution x1 which satisfies this, which means if x1 is a solution, then x1 should definitely satisfy this equation. What does it mean? A into x1 is equal to 0, right? And now if you have one more solution x2, then x2 will also be able to satisfy it, which means a into x2 equal to 0, right? Now It so happens that if you are able to find out two solutions like this, then you will be able to find out many solutions. So any linear combination of these two solutions is again a solution, or even if you multiply this solution with a constant, that will also be a solution. So what I mean to say is, if I have x1 as a solution to this and x2 as a solution to this, then k1 into x1 plus k2 into x2 will also be a solution to this. How? Multiply this one with 0a and check what happens. Then that equal to, see, if this one has to be solution, then this one has to be 0, isn't it? So let's expand this. Then I can write it like this: k1 into a into x1 plus k2 into a into x2 equal to 0, and we already know that this one is 0 and this one is 0, therefore this entire thing is 0. So what I mean to say is, if you are able to find out a solution to a system of linear equations which is not all zeros, the trivial solution, except that solution, if you are able to find out any other solution, then you will be able to get many solutions to these equations. So that is the reason we want to find out how many solutions are linearly dependent solutions, and especially how many solutions are linearly independent solutions. So if I can find out linearly independent solutions, and I can formulate many linearly dependent solutions. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll tell some more theory. I'll take some more theory on this, and then we shall see lots of problems that will help you in understanding the concept well. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.